Hello, my name is Shanae Weber, and I will be your instructor for the Integrated Math 1B for credit recovery for the summer of 2021. So the first thing you will see on your page is this video, which I will upload when I'm done recording here. But I want to make this video to walk you through what this class is like and hopefully answer any questions that you have. So the next thing that you will see after this video are the due dates, and the due dates are really important in this class. The due dates tell you when everything is due for the summer and how your grade is going to work. So for example, right off the bat, we have 2 assignments due this week on Friday, and all of your assignments are due on Fridays, right before midnight. That being said, if you are really busy during the week and you want to catch up on Saturday or Sunday, you can. The 0 will go into your grade book on Saturday morning automatically. But if you start catching up on Saturday, your grade will replace that 0. So I do accept late work. So let's look at 1.01 and 1.02 since those are the first things due this week. So where you're going to find that is down here under Integrated Math 1B. We'll talk about these in a second. So here's your syllabus. I'm going to click on Unit 1. And some of these things are hidden. They're only for me to see. That's okay. So you see 2 things under the 1.01. This is going to be like your lesson, like what your teacher would teach you. And this is going to be your quiz. Nothing in the lesson is graded. That's your time to learn and to practice. The only thing I'm grading is this pattern or this quiz. And that's going to be true for every single lesson. But let's go through what this first tutorial will look like. So you have to click on a couple different links. Oh, and sometimes this happens and I just go back. We'll talk about tech issues here in a minute. And hopefully your computer is faster than me. So view assignment curriculum. And here you have 3 different options. You have the tutorial, the application, and the mastery test. You always want to start with the tutorial because that's going to teach you how to do the problems. So I'm going to start here. And the tutorial is kind of like a big interactive slideshow. And you can control the slides up here. Some of them are videos, like this one just has words on it. Also, I live by an airport, so if you hear airplanes, they're always going by. And some of the slides, you have this orange arrow on the side. Okay, so click on these. And it's interactive, so you can like click on whichever one you think is right sometimes. And you're gonna go all the way through the 22 slides. When you're done with the tutorial, you'll go back and click on the application. This is just some time for you to practice. It is not graded. So here, usually the first couple slides are just like words that you don't really necessarily need to do anything on. And here are your practice problems that you'll answer right here. Now remember, this isn't graded, but it does tell you if you're right or wrong. So if I have the wrong answer and I put like 10, see, it'll tell you that you got it wrong. And if you get it wrong again, it'll tell you what the right answer is. It's not graded, it's just time for you to practice. There's several practice problems here. When you're done with the application, you'll go down to the mastery test. Don't be scared that it says mastery test. It's not for a grade. It's just another opportunity for you to practice. But I do want you doing all 3 of these before you get to the quiz, because I want you to do the very, very best you can on those quizzes. So the mastery test looks very similar to the application. Just some more time for you to practice. And in math, we need to practice. That's really, really important. Okay, so it looks very similar. This time it doesn't tell you the right answer. You should treat this as like a practice quiz. Like, how are you doing on this? Did you get a good grade? Do you need to go back and review before you take the quiz? Let it kind of guide you to show you what you need to do before you take that graded quiz. Okay, and all those questions. Once you're done with all 3 of those, even though they're not graded, I need you to do all 3 of them every time. Sometimes there's only 2. Sometimes there's just a tutorial and a mastery test. But I need you to do everything in here before you take the quiz. Exit out of here. We'll go back. And then you'll take the quiz. And the quiz is always 10 questions. This is what is graded. So I'm going to click start. I do want to start now. All of these are on the same page, and most of the quiz questions are multiple choice. Now, if you want, you can take the quiz multiple times, but it's not going to be the same quiz. It's random questions out of like 20 or 30 different questions. You get a random 10. So it's not the same quiz every time, but you can take it multiple times to get a better grade. Okay. And once you're done with that, you need to click submit all answers. And this is what goes in the gradebook. So you want to make sure you're doing the very best you can. And if you get a bad grade, you can take it again. So that's that. So that's 1.01. That's one of the things due this week. You also need to do 1.02, and it's set up the very same way. Okay. Go to the tutorial, do the application and the mastery test. None of those are graded, and then move on to the quiz. Now, we are skipping some lessons, and you'll notice, like I go 1.1, 1.02, and then to 1.04. We're skipping 1.03. It's just because it's summer and we only have 8 weeks. So we're not going to do every single thing that we normally would in 16 weeks. Then you also have the post tests. And so let's go to the post test down here. Start. And the post tests are usually about 20 questions. Some are a little more than 20, some are a little less, but they're right around 20. And they're usually questions that are very similar to your quizzes. So if you want to keep like a notebook of your quizzes, of your questions and show your work, that could be really helpful on the post test. Okay, set up pretty similar. This one has exactly 20 questions. Submit all. This also goes in the gradebook. So how this class is broken up is you have 2 things in the gradebook. You have quizzes and post tests. The quizzes are 50% of your grade and the post tests are 50% of your grade. So you just want to make sure you're doing the very best you can on those. Now, before you do any of this, after you watch this video, what I want you to do is go to this before you begin here. This tells you the due dates again, and there's a little bit of information about me if you're curious to know. And then there's, this one is super important, how to contact your instructor in Genius. It's a video that walks you through how to communicate with me, and it's through Genius. So I usually respond within 24 hours. So if I don't respond in 1 hour, don't freak out, please give me about 24. If it's an emergency, I will put my email in this due dates and course policies. And if it's an emergency, you can email me. I really prefer that you email me during the week. Any point in the day is fine. I check it usually mostly in the mornings and the afternoons and early evenings. So if you email me at like 11:30, I'm asleep. So try to email me in the mornings and the afternoons. I'm mostly available on the weekends, but I'm not always. So really try to get that work done by Friday. So if you need to talk to me, I'm absolutely available. If you're having tech issues, there's a couple videos that you can watch here. And if you watch the videos, you're still having tech issues, you don't want to contact me about the tech issues. You want to contact technical support. And this is a video that shows you how to do that. Here's an introduction to online learning. It's like your little orientation. So you can watch that. And then once you're done with all of this, you can get started on your first 2 lessons. But you want to begin here so you know what to do. Okay, if you have any questions, please message me in Genius. And please get started on this right away. You do not want to fall behind. You don't want to get to this last week and have like 8 different lessons to do, because that would be really stressful and it would really suck. So try to stay on top. If you want to work a little bit faster, you're more than welcome to, but please try not to fall behind. It's super, super important. I'm really excited to have you in this class. I can't wait to work with you this summer. Have a great day.